Did you know Jesus defines Holy Spirit? In Mark chapter 13, verse 11, the yellow highlighted text that you see, Jesus teaches sometimes the words people say are not their own words. The words are from or by Holy Spirit. And in Matthew chapter 10, verse 20, Jesus teaches, Holy Spirit is our Father's words speaking from your mouth. Now I did some editing in the blue and green highlighting and the word in, and I had to add the word through because we have 4 examples of our Father's words. The first example, Luke chapter 1, verse 67, tells us when Zacharias declared John's the Baptist's life, these words had to be said by our Creator, for he prophesied John's life. The second example we have is Luke chapter 1, verse 41, when out of Elizabeth's mouth she declared Mary's son is blessed. These 2 verses prove their words were our Creator's words coming from their mouths. The third and fourth example are in Luke chapter 12, verse 12, and Matthew chapter 12, verse 28, where Jesus teaches our Creator's words will be said in their mind, and then they are to say His words. Other examples of our Creator's words coming to their mind are in the Hebrew text, where the prophets are being told to go out, and then our Creator will tell them what to say. Thus, Jesus teaches us there is no Trinity. I need to set up a few things yet, but it's getting closer. I don't think I need to set that up anymore. Chapter 50 or 22, there's 53 verses, so this is going to take probably about 3 hours to do, and what I'm doing is finding the first writer's formats, and let me show you them from the last chapter. And what I'm looking for is, whoops, let me change this out. I'm trying to find 2 major words and then connect them with the least amount of small words. And then that makes the verse. And here, this is going to be the word here. But what happens is these 3, in a 3-verse format, the first one is a statement, and the next 2 make or define that statement. This becomes a small paragraph or known as a psalm. And when the 2 of them are connected together and they can actually make a larger paragraph, this is known as psalms. So 1 is a psalm, 2 is a psalm, is psalms, and then they wrote in columns, and that you can find you'd find that they wrote in, I think it was Jeremiah, that they wrote in columns. And this is the text that I'm finding. Okay, so to honor and respect our Creator, I use all capital letters in purple. And what I'm going to do here is just continue with the last chapter of Kings, and then I'm going to put all Kings together, new edits, and then put them in reorder, because when you see how I clean these up, or how I clean them up, it does get rather hard to read, but I try to get the best idea I can while I'm editing, and then I reread it and things will get clearer and I'll do more editing. In the long run, all these books will be put together as one long book, and we'll have the true truths of the Hebrew side of the first writer's writings. The 3rd year passed, or no, and 3 years passed. I forgot. Okay, I was thinking it was the drought that they had. This is going to be 3 years passed without war between Aram and Israel. Now, who is Aram? Let me get that image out here. is I'm trying to at least let those that are here right now know what I'm talking about. Damascus is way over here, and this is Aram here, and then they captured this here part of East Manasseh, and were battling for this part, and they lost. So right now, I believe this is what they own. Aram owns. Okay, so and Israel is being the nation Israel when our Creator divided them into two nations. Okay, is the text set okay for you? Yep. All right. Now, the third. So what I've got here is a 4-verse format. Okay, and that's where the first one becomes a comma, and then it connecting to make a sentence. So these two are really a sentence, and then these two are another sentence. But you can see how different they are, so this makes a small paragraph. So now I have the idea that the text is going to be 4-verse. When it means came about, I try to substitute with happened. And I'll do this type of editing marks to say that I'm replacing it with these words with this word. And it happened in the 3rd year for Jehoshaphat. And that's what I do with them editing. Blue is out. So that means I got to show you the king's map now, or king's timeline. Now we're talking about the son from Asa becoming king. And now we're going to have kings at this time. Okay, over here for Israel, for Judah. And it happened in the 3rd year of Jehoshaphat, the king for Judah. He didn't come down, he's in Judah. So if anything, he had to go up. So down is completely wrong. So he came to Israel, I can say that much. Now this is the nation Israel. So I use this designation to mean the nation Israel when it's not a good nation. Now the king for Israel, and we don't have his name. Still looking for his name. Now the rest of the acts of Ahab. Okay. So I guess his name is Ahab. Okay. Well, that took a lot to get to. But I was trying to find it in the text because the timeline that I showed you of the kings, since I'm adding that. Now the king's timeline, in the 3rd year, this guy would have been the king. So I would have just used this knowledge that I've already got built up over the years. Now King Ahab, and he was a good king for Israel. So Israel might be a good nation right now. So that changes that to all capital letters. This helps the reader understand a little bit more when he's reading the text, or when they are reading the text. Said to his Now, the writer, I don't know how, if this is the right word here, so that's confusing me how this changes together. Because right now, the first two are a group. Okay, now King Ahab for Israel said to his, has to be captains. Captains. So I'm going to add that word to his captains. Okay. Now that is a 4-verse, and I'm sure that this one is connecting to this one really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, because he went to Israel. I don't know how to start it, or if there's text missing here above. So I'm going to put a little bit larger gap here to remind me that. Now these are 2 major cities, I would believe. And I'm thinking Ramoth's going to be in here. So in here would be the city here that was given back to him by a king, because Ahab had let him go. Now, it was promised that they would give it back, and it seems they didn't give it back here. Now, these 2 cities, this one I'm going to say is in Gad, and this one was in East Manasseh. Okay, now I'm thinking about putting them there, so I won't make these as 8 point yet. Belong to us. And we are still doing nothing to take it from the hand of King Aram. Yet he promised to yet he was to return peace, Manasseh. Now this I'm all adding, so this goes like this. Okay. Now that does make a pretty good 2-verse grouping. Okay. And I'm going to replace the word captains with Jehoshaphat. Because he had come down to Israel. Now I can just put the word and it's going to read together. And King Ahab said to Jehoshaphat, you know that Gad and Ishmael belongs to us, meaning the Hebrew people. And we are still doing nothing to take it out of the hand of the king for Aram. Okay, so now you're going to have to review the other videos to see how true this is. What I'm saying belongs to us. So I'm going to definitely say that these are out now because they are talking about tribes, land, not just the cities. Okay. So we asked, will you go? I'm going to take these two. First, I'm going to take them down, but I'm just moving them, putting them over here. Will you go to battle with me? To return. And I'm going to go up here and just copy this. Yep. Now, where's the one? This Israel here. Okay. And Jehoshaphat replied, I agree with you. I am willing for my Breathe with you. I'm willing, for I agree with you. And my prayers will be with your warriors. And my horse riders will be with your horse riders. Okay. I'm going to have to put the word then here, but I'm not going to use it as a major word. I need the word said. King for Israel. Let us ask first. And this first would have to be F first. Let us ask first for the words from YV. For words from YV. Okay. I'm going to put his name here just to get the feeling for the people to understand. Keep saying that. That doesn't make sense to me. We already know who he is. So then this guy here. Gathered gathered diviners. Now, this makes him a bad guy, but it was actually, we don't have the text of him. Our Creator is with him because Elijah come to him and fire came down from heaven. So he knew our Creator was there, but he also had to tell him earlier that he wanted Ahab to replace the king before him because Ahab went in and killed his father. So then everybody got behind him. Now it's like he's fallen away because what happened is, according to this text, Elijah wasn't always favorable to him, or is it Elijah that is not favorable to him at this time? Let me see the king's timeline. Okay, I'm thinking it's still Elijah. Okay, and so what he does, though, is he wants people to agree with him to say that he's going to grab diviners because they surely aren't prophets, but diviners are those that use bones from moles and bats to tell the future. So other diviners, other and ask them. Or verse. So go against means to battle, that's what I can see. Let me use the word war because I can see battle down here. And I'm thinking that's a close enough meaning for what this will we war with Aram for now. I guess if I leave these two cities, well, you still don't know that they're there. I might just put those names into the map. So do that and re-edit the map. I'm going to bring this back up to 12 point. Now our creator had them make refuge city, and I'm thinking that these became like the capitals of these tribes areas. Better make that line there. Okay. Okay, now this I can go against. I'd say war is better than battle anyways. For Gad and Manasseh, East Manasseh, or will I refrain? They said, no, these didn't believe in their creator. YV will give them, the tribes, back, them to our king. Is there not a prophet or YV? Or prophet or YV here that we ask through him. This will be, I'm going to say I'm completely adding that. This was already there. Put Psalms up here for anyone that's kind of interested in seeing these. I got to check the stream health here on YouTube. Okay, it's still okay. A prophet for YV here that we asked through him. Okay, and I've got 2 spaces here, or it should have. Doesn't matter anymore, I guess. I know that it's a 4 verse, so I should be continuing with that. And Ahab said to Jezebel's, there is one male they ask, whoops, I guess MS okay. Now, I have no text from anywhere why he would hate him. But he did not. He already asked him more or less. Let's put it as he did not ask him. Or he prophesy good concerning us. That means he talked to him before he arose. That way we have him more truthful to match with what I know is going on in the text. So if I put this, and he's not evil, prophet is not evil. Yeah. So let's get rid of that and put do in here. Do not say, I just put the word that. Well, I'll just add it. Do not say that. Then add summoned. I'm going to say for a guard, not an officer. An officer, I don't think he would send his captain. So I will just say guard, or should be a messenger. His messenger summoned his messenger. His messenger and commanded him to bring quickly Elijah. To us here. I have And Joseph sitting. Oh, they brought thrones out for him. I guess they just hauled their thrones around with them. Okay, oversalted words there. And there's no such thing. Now this is wrong here. There's a threshing floor at the entrance. A threshing floor is where it's actually an area where they had harvested the wheat stalks, then brought them over and shook off the seeds, and then let it dry, and then they tossed up the wheat into the air that would take the chaff or the coverings of the seed off of them. Now, that's what a threshing floor is supposed to represent. And I don't think, well, they can be arrayed and dressed in their uniform. Not arrayed. Arrayed, I'm using as an army against an army. They got in their array or battle lines in their robes. By the gate of Gate 4, Samara. Now, I need to show you where that is located on the map. One, two, three, four. Now, Samara is this dot here. Is this dot here. So, what this means is that this battle that's going to take place, which way are they going to go fight them over here? And they'd have to fight. They're coming in here. They're starting to take this area, and not as promised. Okay, just to let you know where this capital city is at right now. And I'm going to say by a gate for Samara. Is it the front gate? I don't think so. Maybe it is. That would be towards the riverside. Now this text goes with this because it's got to set up the situation. And it would have to be then. All the diviners were prophesying before him when when this guy here. Now what I've done is I've took this off for a king in another book, so I'm thinking I can use it this way here. We don't give a shit where he's from. It was, if they're there before him, he was saying, it can't be from iron, it'd take too long for that. So from branches, and think that has to be more truthful. And saying, because I don't think they're all going to find branches time enough to make this. Saying, and not prosper. So retake. I like the word retake. Gad and Manasseh. For why they give them into the caves, meaning more than one of them. And the messenger, oh, how did hey, I did pretty good with the word messenger, didn't who went to summon Hey, give me a minute here. Made it back. We get some of this set up here. And the messenger went to some, spake to him, saying, no. I'm trying to see if this is a 3-verse or a 4-verse. The messenger who went to summon Elijah spake to him, saying, now the words of the diviners are favorable to the king. Please let your words be like the words of one of them, and speak favorably to him. Yeah, it's changed to a 3-verse. And the better writers do that when I've learned here. So this is a 3-verse. This is a 4-verse. I told him, while he lives, while he says to me, I will speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't need this verse here to make it a 3-verse. I'm going to add it right now. I didn't read that far ahead. Yeah, because I need here. And it has to be a certain king, so it needs to be Ahab. Said to him, well, with war, I used the word war before. Gotta get these two names again. Let's be 4. And it has to be with a ram. With the Armenians. Will we refrain? Let me see if there's another word here. I'm trying to find something for 12-year-olds not to avoid. Really, I guess word not would be as good. He replied, go, and YV will give it. Hands, the kings. Times, must I re-ask you? Speak the it's almost like I can't get rid of any of these. I shorten this and say from this. The truth from YV. Must I re-ask you to speak to me only the truth? Speak to me only truth from YHVH. Okay, I think that works okay. I'm going to have to put Elijah here again. Oh, whoops. So all Israel. This needs to be two nations together, Israel, which I use this as when they came out of Egypt. So we told them, I saw Israel scattered on the hills, like sheep with no herder. All this has to be coming from our Creator. This is the vision, so I'm going to get rid of this. Let each of them return and I don't need this. Where is that group? These are the two subjects, me and you. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now, here is a good definition for people to hear me say that they believe that those stars were actually beings that have left the earth and now they're in that heaven. Okay. So this would be something actually I should try to save. And I'm going to do that. Let me just take it over here and take it all the way down to the end of my notes. Yeah, way down the end. This is 1 Kings 22. Okay. Everything for angels I usually designate by green. So who will trick is a quicker, easy word for 12 years old. Who will trick Ahab? Asked. He got asked. Who will trick Ahab to war? Die. Well, you think I'd put these two already together. or reverse. I really don't need this verse. Yeah, I don't think any of this needs to be said. Put that there. Save that. That's good enough for 3. And then Satan. Spirit has to be words. I've done a great definition and in the link that I got there in the chat room. This has to be words. From vowels is diviners. Yeah. Send out. This This is almost like a 4-verse. I go like this. Then Satan came and stood before YV and said, I will trick him. And he asked how, and he said, I will send out deceiving words from the mouths of his prophets. That's okay for a 4-verse. This is who we're talking about here. I'll put his name here, just not him. Go and do so. Now that's a 4-verse, that's a 4-verse, but it just started as a 4-verse. That's a 4-verse. Yeah, I should have kept all that. So where to go right here? Still has to be 4. Okay, now that gets a 4. That's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 4. Okay. They had me fooled for a while. Not YV, but Satan is. Through Satan. I don't think I need to put this story in here, so I'm going to remove it. Oh, come on. I need that again. Where is this? Can't believe it was that far away. Maybe I missed it. Did it take Elijah? Now these guys have been dead for years. In fact, they're the ones that are where they're going to go fight at. So if Elijah lives inside the city, is, um, which would be inside the city. And they'll return to his home. Oh, he's going to probably say guard him. Well, let's see. Well, this has already been said. We're getting rid of the text of. And make it like a prison. Feeding him little bread and water till I return. Now there's the foreverse. Buried him there. It like a prison. Okay, I think that's pretty smooth right now. I don't think he needs to say this. That I don't think needs to be said. Might still be in the bank, but I'll say battled or fought. I'll say fought, because it's not going to be like line against line. From what the text below is going to tell us. Fought against or now this seems like it's a 3 verse. I can't make a. I could use this. He did not listen to Elisha. Wow, that's pretty clean cut there for 3. And you will wear my robes. Disguise yourself. Oh, they're going to switch robes. So it will be battle, and I will disguise we will wear well, others robe skies what if I put ourselves here? Okay. Okay, it's been an hour and which is pretty good. Well, so you have to say no. The king for Aram commanded his captains and do not fight with his small but only the word only has to make it here. Only with Ahab. Verse 3 verse. I will put the word to of his captains. Two of his captains saw Jehoshaphat. Oh, I forgot to move that over. I forgot about that. I don't know when that happened. Maybe even larger. That they said, surely it is he is the king for Israel. They turned aside to fight against Jehoshaphat cried out, would he cry out, I am not him. When the captains knew knew was not Ahab, we turned away from him. Samuel pulled and randomly struck Israel a joint of armor. Now this is almost like another story. So this is kind of like, can I do this? If this is arrow, No, I can make this a 4 verse. Shot his arrow. Yeah, shot his arrow and struck the joint of his armor. Fight, for I am wounded. Okay. As the battle raged, he, well, Ahab Yeah, Ahab was stood up, I think I have to say it that way to watch. And he died at evening. Died at noon. The blood from no blood from the blood from his wound had flowed. Flowed into his chariot. Then a cry passed through our armies close to sunset, and every male to his home. Everyone to his country, to his nation. They wouldn't have a graveyard inside the city, so it has to be by well, this doesn't see the prophecy is that where his blood is spilt on the lands and the dogs licked up is going to be the same place where Jezebel's is. And so it has to be in Samaria because Jezebel's going to be thrown from the room. So this has to be well, by the well in Samaria. The dogs licked it up. Now this I'm going to remove because the fact that the story is that Jezebel's got to happen as well as this. So this is step one. Now this is weird. Now I have to do some research here of the text that I had done here. Because do I have it under a different king that this is going to happen to? This is the prophecy to this king here. So this is not a prophecy here. City, Samara. And the rest of the actions. Mm. Now it's kind of like, and the, because if I do this, this is a big change here. If I do this, now the rest of the actions. I put, but he put built more of. I'm going to get rid of it here. But this would have to mean that Ahab had built Samara. Now I have to go to the timeline here. Because this guy, he buys the hill and okay. I don't know if that's in this text yet, but I still have Kings 2 to do here. I have to see if this is true. And that's in this year. Jehoshaphat. No, this story is not. It would be this guy became king in Jehoshaphat. Now this is a break from this text because they're talking about two different subjects here. So this text has got to definitely move somewhere. And get the timeline out. Has to be the first year of Ahab. That's a 4 verse. Here's one. And he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And this, don't know if that's true or not, but that's gone. He didn't walk, he lived. So his father. This is too important of a word not to say that's just a common word. And he lived like Asa his father. I'm going to go like this. He did not turn from doing right. And let's put this as green and done righteously. I'm going to have to change this over here in YV's site. I know I'm going to need this to re-edit quite a bit. That's mentioned over almost every time a king has died here. And this can't exist if I've got them as a good Judah, which is, and he is Jehoshaphat. This can't be true. Now this is the I don't think this is necessary because I got that from the stories. In columns written down, by the way. Now, this is not true. This is a town of people that our Creator killed off. So these guys have been dead. But if this is queers, and the remnant of queers remained in his days, remained from the days of his father, killed from the land. No, this is 4 verse. And this is after the fact. Should have been written before it to be truthful, that they would have put it in order. And this guy's, if this becomes 2, I'm trying to see if I can stick it right here. Is 1, 2, 1, 2, and then righteously means this anyway. He would have killed them off, so I'll just let it go like that. Now this is just stuck out here, so that doesn't mean anything. Jehoshaphat didn't make ships. Tarshish is a city that made ships because they had Cyprus that they used as the main board that they attached everything else to. So they become famous as merchant shipping merchandise. So this is untrue. But this would not be true. Now see, this is confusing me because this is already done. It could be it's telling us this though. When died and was buried by the city where David's own son became king. I'm just going to put it as a line here that I know that needs to meet the format. I thought I already done this text. this we'd know from reading the text. If it's still 3 verse, then that would go here. In the 17th year of Jehoshaphat, in the 17th year, I've got him maybe 27th year. I'm going to put 3 10s, and that way I can get there. And then that's probably why that text is like that. And the 3 10s year, that'd be the 30th year for Jehoshaphat. The king of Israel. He reigned 10 and 7 years over Israel. When all said and done by the text, that took me probably 2 years to make that, get those kings sorted out. Better part, 2 years I worked on it, but probably the last, when I really got to it, it took me probably months because I kept adjusting it because I kept rereading all the text back then, the whole book. And anyways, that's my problems, or was my harder work, I guess, hardest work to be done. Now this guy, this is what I got this for. Let me now correct this. This is wrong. He did not do this. He did not do this. I just put him as he was righteous. So that's going to be the end of this text or this book. But are they trying to? No, all the kings of Israel or Judah did very well before our Creator, all the way up to, was it some idiot? So let me save this. I'm at the end, okay? So I'm going to be pretty much done with that text. But this text is where I got to put this. And then that's the end of the book. And then after my re-editing, then I will have to put it all below this one so I don't make too many PDFs, and keeping the PDFs together. And because they're free, you can grab the two free ones and compare them if you need to do that. So this is what I found, a 4-verse. A 4-verse. Let me just cut them as well. 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here. Yep, I thought they were going to, that was where I thought they were going to connect. 2 here. But this is going to be 2. And then 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Now this went from a 3-verse back to a 4-verse. is a 3 verse. Yep, that's a 3 verse. This comes the 4 verse. Two. And I missed this. I guess I didn't catch it enough to, this was a 4 verse. And I don't know why, although the story is changing some, but it's actually changing on, boy, that 4 verses come grouped exactly right when I'm cutting it as it is. So some of them words that I said that didn't need to be added, they didn't need to be added. And this is a group that's a little bit too far away. I'm thinking right now just to sit there and cut it this way. That's 2. This becomes 1. This, now this becomes 3. Now, by the way, that was the king that's been missing, his story of what he's done. So now there's a 3 verse missing here at the bottom. But I can't put this here. None of that there. So get rid of that. And now I have to put, there are verses missing here. So it's probably just a continuing of the text from someplace else. But that's how it goes. And I know this was rather long, but that's what's needed when they need to be done. So now I'll put all the books together. Well, you know the story anyway. I'll talk to you on another video.